It's Commander Brewski Doo back once again for episode 4 of Nubensteins Dangerous. Today I'm going to be focusing on mining, something I haven't yet touched on, and also, you know, it's quite a good source of money for people playing the game. It's also useful for the purposes that I'm actually doing it for, and that's unlocking engineers. So I'm currently looking to mine 10 tons of painite for Celine Jean. And it's worth noting that I am actually carrying some, as they would call, tasty cargo. Jesus Christ, doesn't waste any time, does he? He's right on me. Yeah, the reason behind that is also probably that I've got a bounty on my head of about 50,000 credits. So, yeah, this is not exactly the best state to be going off mining. People are going to be after me because they want a bounty on my head. But also, there's going to be people wanting my tasty cargo, which I will no doubt be mining. Now, I'm coming here. I found this place to mine. I found this through a website called hosbase.co.uk. If I remember, oh Christ, if I remember, I will try and put a link to it in the description of the video. I don't really know if I'm going to get very far with this bounty, but I'll continue. So I'm just using my general tactics of boost, submitting to interdictions if I get interdicted, boosting away, and then jumping as soon as my frame shift drive recharges. So to actually drop out in a mining site, there are preset resource extraction sites, as you can see on the screen here. You don't have to go to them. They're more of a kind of bounty hunting location. What you can do to mine in relative peace is just drop into any part of a ring system. As you can see, there's two different colours. The inner ring here is a nice kind of silvery colour, generally denotes a metallic ring, and outside those rings are a bit more brown, which usually denotes a rocky ring. You can also get icy rings as well. That level of information is shown also in your system map, which I'll bring up here. Oh shit, try not to crash. Let's come out of that before I face plant into the ring here. Okay, a little bit less elevation on that. So yeah, if I go to the planet I'm looking at and then go to the second tab, it lists all the rings. A ring is metallic, B ring is rocky. So yeah, I'm just going to literally cruise down. As you get closer, it seems to go a lot quicker, so I'm going to minimum throttle. And even though that seems like a crawl, when you actually get near, I'm actually moving at quite a rate. So I'm just going to keep going until, because I'm going slow enough, it's just going to literally drop me out. No fear of smacking straight into an asteroid. But there we go. Now I'm dropped out into normal space. Okay, there's people here. Just checking out whether they're friendly or not. Let's check this out. Feeling this might be the guy that's wanted to kill me. Yes, there we go. Okay, let's boost out. I don't really have the hard points to actually deal with this fella, so Just hoping that it'll go away. In the meantime, let's talk about loadouts. So for mining, you're going to need a mining laser, or in my case 3. You need mining lasers, you can't just chip away with regular lasers. I've also got equipped... Fucking hell. Tobes, you're gonna be the end of me. Sorry, I've also got equipped a pair of limpet controllers. He's not giving up, is he? Pair of limpet controllers. I've got a Prospector limpet controller, and I've also got a couple of what are they called? Collector limpet controllers. Yeah, I've got a couple of those. The point of them will become evident if I'm finally let at this planet and actually get to do some damn mining. So yeah, while fart-arsing around with getting back to my planet, let's have a look. Yeah, 57,000 bounty on my head, which is due to run out in still 3 days left on that. So if I'm wanting to do a video anytime soon, it's gonna have to be with this on my head. It's worth saying that I was quite happily mining a few days ago with the same bounty on my head, problem free. So yeah, this just seems to be a bit of an anomaly. Anyway, let's get back to this. Nice. I've picked the inner ring obviously because it's metallic, but the other aspect I'm looking at is how dense those rocks are. So you can see there's like thin stripes where it's a lot more solid in colour. Now those, I assume, I haven't really tested it, but I assume that the more solid in colour, the more densely packed these asteroids are, or these rocks are. So I don't want to say famous last words, but it appears my assailant has kind of given up with my games. So let's slow down to a nice crawl and faceplant into this ring. Right, I'm into normal space. I appear to be alone. Oh, fucking kidding me!
Under attack.
Okay, so let's see what happens. He's a monster. Let's do a bit of power management, get to me. He's using chaff, so I bear do too. Oh, excellent. He's being attacked by others as well. That's really good help. It's not shooting with my mining lasers. Oh, and I'm flying backwards as well. I'm really not very good at this combat malarkey. Seems to have infinite chaff as well. And since I don't have any ballistic weapons on this ship, I'm yes, I know. I haven't really got anything that's very effective outside of these lasers. Anyway, so he's going down. Relatively light work. 7% hull. Take some of that, you little bugger. And you're dead. Now, question is, Allied police forces, they're probably going to scan me and want me as well, so I tell you what, thanks very much guys, really appreciate the help. I'm just going to make myself scarce. See you later. And then try dropping back into this ring. Hopefully by then I'll actually get to do some bloody mining. Just being held by this local mass lock, just preventing me from charging my FSD. Come on. Not entirely sure whether it's that or whether it is actually a little bit buggered. Let's cancel that. Try again. Shift drive is active. It's working. Just really crawling. Well, this is good watching, isn't it? There we go. Finally escaped the clutches. Get out there. Literally just going to get a little bit away, slow myself down and loop round to go back into that ring. Okay. Third or fourth time lucky, I don't really know anymore. Nice dive down here. It's worth saying that it's a pretty decent view from around these rings. Okay, so here we go. May this be the end of it. So, as I was saying, are you kidding me? What the hell is this? Someone is dropping into my location. I don't like the look of this. Anyway, let's try anyway and see what happens. So I'm just going to dive right down to these asteroids and try my luck. So I'm going to deploy my hardpoints. I've got set up a fire group with a prospector limpet on the left trigger and collectors on the right. I can have up to 4 prospectors out at any one time and up to 5 collectors at any one time, which is should make things a little bit more efficient. So what do they do? You have to buy the limpets separately. You have to buy the limpets separately in the station. It's under advanced maintenance. But what they do is when fired, you fire a limpet out and it appears on your screen as a little white target. It'll attach to any rock and tell you what's in it. So when that finally gets to the surface, down in the bottom left of my screen, it's going to tell me what percentage of the rock is of any use. The main money makers, and indeed what I'm looking for, painite is the big one, but yeah, generally there's the 3 Ps, which is painite, palladium and platinum. Those 3 are... Oh, you little bastard. So you can see that one is... Oh, hang on. Tell you what, he's a pirate. I've actually got Some cargo that might interest him.
Under attack.
They didn't give me much. Oh. Is he happy? Is he happy? Sorry, I just went a bit quiet. So, hopefully I've pacified this guy. I'm just not willing to keep jumping out and do all that business. Repeatedly, I may as well just give him what he wants. And then he can be on his way, get away. And I can carry on doing this bloody tutorial. So, he seems to be happy. He's not coming after me. So, back to what I was doing. Response. Oh, brilliant. Here come the feds. And they're going to be like, oh, you've got a bounty on you. Ooh, die. So I may have to completely scrap this and come back a different day. Anyway, let's see what happens. Prospector's out. Boom. Let's see what's in this big fatty. So yeah, I'm actually looking for painite for Celine Jean. She only wants 10. She only wants 10 tons of it, and I've already dropped off 6, and I've got another 12 in my hold. So I'm just being a bit greedy, really. But I thought it's a good opportunity while I'm out here with all the kit to kind of give you an example. Oh, I'm clean, wicked. Yeah, while I'm out here with all the gear, I'll show you how I go about doing some mining in the most efficient way. So I'm just going from rock to rock. You can shoot these prospectors from a decent distance, depending on the rating of the module that you're using. You can shoot. They've got different distances that they're operational from, but usually it's about a kilometre or so. So I'm just kind of picking my way through, firing the... oh shit, fired the wrong one. Firing limpets at random rocks. Once I find a rock I like the look of, I'm going to stop and give it a bit of a mining. That's only got gallite in it, not very high levels either. Gallite is not very profitable, so not really worth it. As soon as you start hitting your limit of 4 prospectors, like I've just done there, your oldest one will just automatically expire when you fire a new one of the 4. So yeah, you'll only have 4 active at any one time. If you lose track of where you're at, they're in your contacts, so you can always have a look at back through your prospectors, and it will bring them up on your map if you are just literally spamming literally just spamming these prospectors, and then looking at them in batches. I tend to fire one, follow to see what it yields, and then moving on if it's not decent. At some point though, I've just got to go for it, haven't I? Because I'm running out of limpets. You can see I've got about... let's have a look in the cargo. I've got 17 limpets left. So whatever's in this, I'm just going to mine it. I don't really care. But if you take more time over it, oh, there we go. Kid's toy, lovely. Yeah. So the more you spend looking around, you can get decent, profitable rocks. But while I'm here, and I'm just kind of demonstrating what's happening, I will just take this one. So I can get a decent amount of samarium out of this. Sometimes you'll pick up missions from stations looking for particular materials, and yeah, you'll have to come out to mine them yourself because they're commodities that cannot be bought, so you have to literally go and dig them out yourself. So I've now got into range of the rock here. I've got my mining lasers equipped, so I'm just literally going to blast it. I've got all my pips to weapons to get the most of these little fragments off, and I'm just going to dispatch all of my collectors. Now these collectors are interesting. They will just literally fly out and pick up anything they can. So yeah, if we have a look here, you can see them in action. Oh, I need to open my cargo hatch. There we go, guys. Have some of that. So yeah, if you forget to open your cargo hatch, then they won't be able to deliver the stuff into your ship. It's telling me that there's no valid target, so I need to chip off some more. As you can see in the bottom left hand part of my screen there, you can see how much of the rock is left to be mined. I've got a third of it that's left to be blasted. I am a little bit concerned because this long bit of the asteroid seems to be sweeping round towards me. I like to live dangerously. I've not been hit yet by an asteroid, so we'll see what happens. I don't think it's going to hit me, is it? Oh, that is a very, very real risk, though. Is your collector drones, your collector limpets aren't particularly brainy. So if they kind of fly into a rotating asteroid, they will just blow up. Collection failed, see, look at that. Yeah, so it's always worth, and I haven't really done it here, but kind of trying to mine the face of the asteroid that it's rotating, I guess, kind of perpendicular to its plane of rotation. So yeah, literally you're looking at the top of a spinning wheel rather than looking at one of the edges. I hope that makes sense. Makes sense to me. So I've depleted this this particular asteroid. What we haven't been looking at, what's going on, is looking at the refinery section. Now, to be able to mine, I didn't mention, but you need a refinery. And essentially, depending on the size of the refinery you get and the class of refinery you get, it can handle, it's got a number of different bins, which will fill up once they hit 100%. That's when you've refined a ton of materials. So you can see painite, I'm sitting on 78%. And every time one of these collection limpets comes and makes a drop off, it boosts that up a little bit. I'm not really going to get anything more from this rock, so let's just wang my prospector over here. But this time, instead of concentrating on the looking at the limpets and looking in the cockpit, I'm going to be looking at my collection tab. Let's just be... oh, there's some painite in this one. Nice, good times. So we'll just get close enough so that my mining lasers are in range. I'll start the process again. It's actually quite relaxing, sitting there and just blasting away at a rock face. Your limpets kind of going about their business collecting stuff. Let's just come to a stop here. Chipping away. One thing of note, it's probably worth looking at. Sorry, I'm just dispatching more collectors. If we have a look at the different fragments that I'm chipping off, you can see that they've got kind of hull values, which are rapidly depleting. So naturally, as you chip them off, these fragments need to be picked up within a certain amount of time. If they don't, then they will just expire and disappear. So don't just completely whack off 100%. Just blast, blast and blast and blast. So the whole lot comes off, because there's a big chance that a lot of it will expire by the time your collector limpets get around to it. Alternatively, without using collector limpets, you can go around using your cargo scoop and scooping up these little fragments, but to be honest, there are far greater uses of your time. It will take forever and you will lose the will to live, so yeah. Ooh. So yeah, I think it's kind of a worthwhile investment to have collector limpets. So here we go. Blatant view there of my ship. Very nice. I'm loving this new camera thing, by the way. This is the first video that I've done which includes the new camera suite. And if we have a look in there, you can actually see my pilot from a distance away. I'm using the Python here. Good ships. I mean, as with most roles in this game, you can actually kit any ship out to perform a role. It's just some are more adept at others. The Python's got a good number of modules, spaces, module slots, internal modules of a decent size, which you can kind of lean towards this this setup. So yeah, I mean, you can do it in a Sidewinder, for example, but you might have to do away with luxuries such as your Prospector limpet, and you might just have to mine blind because there's just not enough space in the ship. But you know, it's not impossible, so don't let people tell you that you cannot do stuff in a particular ship. It's bollocks. You can't do it as well, but you can still do it, and it's still good fun trying it out. So anyway, if you don't want to collect any particular materials, I'm not interested in samarium. You can just use the eject button to chuck it out of your ship. It used to be that with unwanted cargo, if you want to jettison cargo such as this, well, silver's not particularly profitable there. If you want to chuck something out of your ship, then your limpets, ever diligent, will just go scoop it back up and give it back to you. That seems to have been addressed recently, certainly since the last time I was mining. Yeah, it kind of defeated the object of it, and it just made me a little bit disappointed, to be honest. If I'm dumping stuff, I'm dumping it for a reason. I don't want to. I don't want to keep it. Jesus. So, that's pretty much it. That's the basics around it. See what's in this asteroid. As demonstrated, it's, I guess I'm pretty tight insofar as I don't like to drop cargo, but if pirates, who will drop in, it seems to be more common recently, since the latest patch, more common that in unmarked areas of a ring, pirates will spawn. But if they're after something, it's always a good idea just to kind of keep a little bit of cargo of particularly low value that you can just fob them off with, because they'll usually drop in. They'll say, give me something nice. And I suppose you can. It might be nice for them, but you keep your high value stuff to yourself. So, when I'm talking about mining the plane, or choosing the plane to mine from, I would suggest, for example, with this particular asteroid, seems to be going backwards again. is kind of looking at the... Jesus. Looking at mining kind of this aspect. Do you see what I mean? So when you're looking at it, it just looks like a spinning plate or a spinning pizza. So there's not a lot of asteroid kind of coming towards you. Do you know what I mean? So you're mining a relatively flat surface. Yeah. So then I would go at it, get close enough so my weapons are in range, and then give it a good old blast. And then your collectors aren't really going to be mashed up by this kind of overhanging rock which comes down and smashes them over the head. I tend to come out from station after outfitting. I tend to go and what was I going to say? I tend to come out from outfitting with my hold full of limpets, and then I only return back once my limpets are depleted. Usually I have to fire out a good number of prospectors before I start collecting stuff, but if you do come across a decent rock very quickly, then you might be forced to drop some limpets, just kind of jettison them outside of your ship. You can always pick them up again as long as you don't abandon them. Even if you do abandon them, there's nothing stopping you picking them up again. But yeah, it just kind of temporarily stores them in normal space, just outside your vehicle. And then once you've wasted a load more limpets on collector limpets, then yeah, you can just pick them up again. The limpets themselves are vanilla. You know, you don't buy collection limpets, you don't buy prospector limpets, you just buy limpets, and then whichever you fire them out of, that's the function they perform. There's also cargo breaker or cargo hatch breaker limpets, which, as the name suggests, would probably, well, it just suggests that, break open people's cargo hatches. Another worthwhile note on limpets, while I'm kind of talking about them, is they are pretty, well, they have a natural shelf life. Depending on the module controller you've got equipped, they will expire after a certain length of time. Lower rated controllers have shorter lived limpets. They also... shit. What are the chances of that? Oh no, it's not. Not at all. May as well mine this as well, eh? Why not, while I'm talking? Ooh, shit. That's a bit close. These limpets, sorry. Yeah, make sure you dispatch them without any target selected. Like, if you select a fragment and you say collector, go out and get that fragment, it will literally do that. It will literally go out, pick up that fragment, and then expire. So the best thing to do is just fire them blind with nothing targeted, and then they will pick up everything in the vicinity, lasting a lot longer. So yeah, don't fall prey to just choosing a particular fragment for them to get, because you'll waste a hell of a lot of limpets doing that. So yeah, that's pretty much the basics. Let's have a look, see what I've picked up. I mean, I had a lot of painite before I started, so that's a bit of a cheat. I dropped a lot of palladium or platinum, one of the two, for that damn pirate, little bastard. But yeah, I mean, whatever you can mine, there is value in it. you know, you are literally making money from nothing. So, you know, there's not really you know, many downsides to it. It's quite relaxing. You sit there, blasting rocks, limpets collecting stuff. Occasionally some pirates will come after you. Just remember your evasive manoeuvres and you should be alright. So basically what I'm going to do now is literally just escape the ring. Escape the ring. And yeah, get into normal space and then go to my destination to drop off this tasty cargo. You can see my limpets are still following me there, but sooner or later they will expire, and certainly as soon as I jump into Super Cruise they're going to expire. So yeah, I am just going to leave this area. Yeah, I've got further away from these prospectors, so they're all kind of dying, and my collection ones will soon follow. Put away my hard points. I'm out of the mass lock of the ring, so I can fly up. So metallic rings are probably the most profitable. They're the ones that have got all of this painite, the big 3 Ps, you know, painite, platinum, and palladium. So, Jesus Christ, they tend to be quite profitable, whereas icy rings, you can go into icy rings and mine for low temperature diamonds. It depends on if you've got any missions. It depends on whether you've got any missions as to whether where you want to go mining. Just use search tools online to find out where to go mining for particular materials. So as you would have seen a few different items that come from metallic rings, which I've just been in. But yeah, in icy rings it tends to be kind of stuff like methanol monohydrate, or whatever it's called, lithium hydroxide. Yeah, just check out resources to find out where it is best to pick those different items up. But the principle's the same. You mine off fragments, you collect those fragments, and then it makes tons of material to then sell for large profits. Like I say, it's money from nothing, so always worthwhile a go. So I hope that's given you a kind of insight into mining. If you've got any questions about that I haven't really covered in this tutorial, yeah, drop a comment on the video, and I will try and answer it. Or yeah, you know, trying to do what I can to pass on some knowledge. So yeah, you can go and sell these tons of whatever in any station. Any station will buy them. So yeah, pretty good. Alright, well, I hope that's useful for you. I will leave it there with the stream, but thank you very much for watching, and see you next time on Nubensteins Dangerous. Cheers.